Okay, so let's take a look at some of the vintage toys, games, and books that I sold today. First up is a book that is, I want to say from the 1950s. It's called The Wee Little Man. This one's illustrated by Charles Gear, and it's actually got really cool little watercolor paintings in it. I don't know what the story's about, though. I just thought that the artwork was super cool. And apparently someone else did too, because they just bought it. Then, speaking of cool artwork, over where I keep my prints over here, I had found these old printed boxes, and they're different popcorn boxes, but they have these really cool designs on them. I think they're from the 1960s, possibly. This one's for a small popcorn, and it's Boy Oh Boy Hot Popcorn. And this is by the Queen City Manufacturing. When you unfold it, it actually still turns into a box, but the print on it is just this red and blue print. Then I got another one that I would like to say is a large, possibly, a medium popcorn box, but this is also still unused, so when you unfold it, you can make it a box again, but on one side, it's got a kid eating popcorn, and on the other side, it's got a girl eating popcorn, and different slogans and drawings of popcorn there, and that is something that went out too. I just thought the prints on these were really cool, and apparently other people do too, because now I'm sending them out. And then there's a record. There it is. Aunt Teresa. I've talked about this one in a previous video. I got this not too long ago. So this is probably in one of the What I Got videos, and it's Aunt Teresa, and I believe I talked about the fact that the forced perspective on the cat, I didn't realize till I did a video about it, that it's not a giant tiger in a wagon. It's a big close-up of maybe a small tiger or a kitten, but the kids are pulling it, because otherwise it looks like it dwarfs those kids entirely, but it's actually just like a forced perspective. Regardless, this is Aunt Teresa is that person right there, and she reads stories to the people, to the kids, and great illustration, and it's just a record. Listen to it. It's a really interesting record, so I'm always curious if people just listen to these, or if they're sampling them for stuff, or if they just have a strange record collection. I don't know. This thing went so fast, and I didn't know what it was. Not even sure if it's complete, because it was really difficult to figure out. And it's huge. It is I don't know if I can get it on the screen. Hold on. It is an aeronautical lab kit. So it's got all this stuff in it. And like I said, I mean, it looks complete, but it was just really cool. It's like one of those things where it's like space age aeronautical 1960s type stuff. And that's kind of what it is. But I don't know, it went so fast. I think someone bought it like just a few minutes after I posted it. So never seen one of those. Looks really cool, but I don't know much about it. And speaking of that, there must have been a lot of people that were interested in airplanes, because I also posted this right after that. And it's a book called Anna Can Fly. It's from 1963, and it's a book that's illustrated by Robert Lopshire. And I've had one of these before. And it's father takes his daughter to the airport. He's a pilot, and he's going to let her fly the plane. And he shows her about the different things that you have to do to prepare. And the illustrations in them are just really cool. And there they are. They're about to fly the plane. So Anne can fly. Then in the plush world, this vintage Muppet Babies Kermit the Frog. Although I don't remember him wearing a striped shirt on the show, but it does say that it's Muppet Babies and it's a Hasbro plushie. So Muppet Babies. We have Miss Piggy from Muppet Babies up there too. I feel weird separating them, but they sold separately. This person wanted Kermit. It's really squishy. And then again with the airplane theme, we got this. I have a kit called White Wings, and it is essentially just different setups to make paper airplanes. Or at least I think they're paper airplanes. No, it's got a glider and everything in here. It's fully, whoever had it where I got it at an estate sale, it was never used, so it's fully intact. And you can make all these different types of airplanes on there. So very nautical, not nautical, that's the exact opposite. Very aeronautical theme on this one. And then one more children's illustrated book is one called, again from the 60s, Greg's Microscope. This one is illustrated by Arnold Lobel, and it's from the 1960s, I think 1963. Yes, 1963. Good guess, Tom. And it's about a kid who wants a microscope. So he says, "Dad, can I have a microscope?" And then they talk about what microscopes do and why he wants one. It's got pencil illustration, and it's highlighted in blue and yellow. And another interesting thing about this book is there are I can read books, and then there are I can read science books. So it's learning to read and showing subjects that are science-based for kids who are interested in science. And that is all I have for today.